Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching NDTV. Now, the Mumbai police today released a suspect detained in actor Saif Ali Khan attack case. But the person detained by the Mumbai police was brought to Bandra police station for questioning, but also later released, with the police confirming that he is not a suspect anymore. Even as various Mumbai police teams are trying to track down the intruder who still remains at large. This is the person, remember, who attacked actor Saif Ali Khan. The crime branch has been overseeing this probe under an encounter specialist. Remember, the actor was stabbed 6 times inside his home during an attempted burglary. A staff member was also injured in this scuffle. The actor was rushed to Lilavati Hospital around 3:30 a.m. on Thursday and was immediately rushed into surgery. According to Mumbai police, the attacker is related to one of his staffers who allowed his entry into the house. The staffer in question is also being interrogated. A glimpse of the attacker was meanwhile caught on CCTV cameras inside the building. The accused was locked in one of the rooms but also managed to escape. Mumbai police have registered an FIR invoking non-bailable sections of the BNS against the accused. Saif Ali Khan, 54 years old, sustained 6 stab injuries, including one on his neck, during this attack, which took place around 2:30 a.m. on Thursday. Following emergency surgery at Lilavati Hospital, he is reported to be out of danger now. That's what doctors treating him have said. Now, this is an incident that has shaken the country and also the film fraternity. Today, in the course of the next 30 minutes, we will get you some voices from the city on what they feel about what happened, about their fears and apprehensions. But first, let's look at some political reactions. First, we get you this exclusive conversation with the auto driver who rushed Saif Ali Khan to the hospital.
स्वागत है। उस दिन क्या हुआ था, कितने बजे आपको किसने रोका और आप पूरा मामला क्या हुआ था वो बताएं।
इस सर मैं अपना जैसे बार्डर पे रोड लिंकिंग रोड से होते हुए गलियों में जा रहा था, ठीक है, जहाँ इनका रूम है, सतगुरु करके निवास इनका है, बिल्डिंग है, इनका नाम है। मैं इधर से निकल रहा हूँ तो उसके बाद में एक लेडीज़ आगे से आती है, बोले रिक्शा रिक्शा रिक्शा, बाकी गेट से आवाज़ आ रहा है रिक्शा रिक्शा, रुको रुको रुको, ठीक है। अब वो थोड़ा मैं गेट से आगे ही बढ़ जाता हूँ, बट फिर मैं बोले रिक्शा लगाओ लगाओ, गेट पे लगाओ लगाओ, फिर मैं यूटर्न मार के गेट पे लगाता हूँ तो उसमें 2-4 खड़े यानी लोग निकलते हैं, तो उसमें एक यानी कि वाइट कमीज सलवार पहन के पूरा एकदम बिल्कुल खून से लदा हुआ है, बिल्कुल रेड कलर का पूरा दिख रहा है वाइट। तो देख के उसके बाद जैसे घाव लगा है कि बोलो चलो ठीक है बैठो बैठो बैठो, तो बैठाया गया। उनके बाद एक बच्चा बैठा उनके साथ में, एक यंग आदमी जो थे उनमें साथ में बैठे गए, तो बोले चलो हॉस्पिटल लेके चलो। हॉस्पिटल का डिस्चार्ज नहीं हुआ था। उसके बाद में फिर जब गार्डन पार करने के बाद बोले कि अपना होली फैमिली चला जाए कि अपना लीलावती, तो साहब बोले कि लीलावती लेके चलो, तो फिर वहाँ से फिर मैं उनको सीधा लीलावती लेके गया।
और नीचे कौन आया था जब ये पूरा मामला हुआ? उस समय नीचे कौन आया था? किस व्यक्ति ने जो है आपकी रिक्शा में सैफ अली खान को बिठाया और आपको कैसे पता चला कि सैफ अली खान है?
नहीं, सैफ अली खान उधर हमको नहीं पता चला, क्योंकि वो तो ऐसा था, गड़बड़ मेरे को भी हुई, जैसे कोई मार लगा हो, कोई इमरजेंसी जो हो जाता है, मारामारी होता है तो आदमी घबराहट होती है कि कैसा कैसा क्या पैसेंजर बैठा दिया मैंने, ऐसा कोई मारामारी हो, कहीं हमको तो दिक्कत नहीं होगी कोई, तो हमको भी घबराहट हुई। तो उसके बाद में देखा गया, तो जब वो वहाँ पहुँच गया, मैंने फटाफट पहुँचाया जाए इनको, जो ठीक ठाक इनको जैसा ट्रीटमेंट टाइम से मिल रहा है। उसके बाद मैं देख रहा हूँ तो उतरने के बाद तो गार्ड खड़ा था, गार्ड को बुलाया गया, बोले इधर आओ, और आया। उसके बाद बोला कि फटाक से स्टाफ लोगों को बुलाया जा, मैं सैफ अली खान हूँ। तब मुझे पता चला कि ये सैफ अली खान है। हाँ जी सर।
ऐसा है, उस मामले में पुलिस की तफ्तीश जारी है। पुलिस ने इसके बारे में आपको ब्रीफिंग भी दिया है। बहुत क्लूज पुलिस को मिले हैं। मुझे लगता है कि पुलिस जल्दी इस केस को जीरो डाउन करेगी।
जो आप कह रहे हैं वो बहुत ही सैड इंसिडेंट है एंड हम सब कंसर्न्ड हैं, हम सब फ्रेटर्निटी से बहुत बहुत कंसर्न्ड हैं। आपने इनडायरेक्टली पूछा, आप डायरेक्टली पूछते ज्यादा रिस्पेक्टेबल लगता। वी होप दैट सैफ्स हेल्थ इज बेटर एंड वी होप दैट ही इज फीलिंग बेटर। और आई थिंक हम सब बहुत ही शॉक थे जो हुआ उसके साथ। इतनी पर्सनल स्पेस में बहुत ही मुश्किल चीज है अब्जॉर्ब करना मुंबई जैसे शहर में। यहाँ पे आई एम श्योर पुलिस पूरी कोशिश कर रही है, ऐसा होता नहीं है। बॉम्बे बहुत ही मुंबई सेफ शहर है। यहाँ पे आप प्राउडली कहते हैं कि 2 बजे 3 बजे भी अगर आपका कोई फैमिली मेंबर, कोई लेडीज हो, वो अगर रोड पर जाएं तो बहुत सेफ रहता है। तो बहुत ही शॉकिंग इंसिडेंट है एंड वी आर होपिंग दैट उनकी हेल्थ जल्दी रिकवर करे। वी आर होपिंग एंड प्रेइंग फॉर हिम ऑल द टाइम।
आई थिंक इट्स वेरी वेरी सैड। सैफ भाई अभी ठीक है, विच इज वेरी गुड, और बहुत कमाल के इंसान है, बट आई थिंक अनफॉर्चुनेट इंसिडेंट थी। बट ऑफ कोर्स मुंबई इज अ वेरी सेफ प्लेस, बहुत कमाल की सुरक्षा को कोई वहाँ पे दिक्कत नहीं है। बट ऐसे अनफॉर्चुनेट इंसिडेंट्स जो होते हैं, तो आई थिंक दैट कीप्स अस ऑन आवर टोज कि हमें और ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि आगे ऐसे इंसिडेंट्स ना हो और बिल्डिंग्स में और थोड़ी सी सिक्योरिटी जो जितने गार्ड्स होते हैं आई थिंक उन्हें थोड़ा सा और ध्यान रखना ज़रूरी है.
Many questions being raised there. Joining us now is PK Jain, who's a former ADGP Maharashtra. We have actor Dalip Tahil. We also have Sana Rahis Khan, who is a lawyer who has dealt with several celebrities. We also have Girish Vankade, film critic. Thank you all of you for joining me on this broadcast. To you, Mr. Tahil, first, you've worked with Saif Ali Khan. You've been part of this industry for a long time. You've been in Mumbai. What was your first reaction to this incident, sir? How did you come to know of this and what were your first thoughts?
Well, a very good evening to you, and thank you once again for inviting me on NDTV. My first thoughts were, of course, of complete shock. However, now that the question has been has come up about the safety in Mumbai city, let me tell you that Mumbai city is one of the safest and the most well protected cities as far as this country goes. Also, the Bombay police has always done a very, very good job, and they continue to do a very difficult job very well. If you calculate per square mile in Mumbai from Navy Nagar, let's say to Mud Island, and you count the amount of celebrities there are in the city of Mumbai, and this is not just counting film celebrities and TV celebrities. I'm talking about industrialists. I'm talking about very wealthy people per square mile. The protection and the kind of safety they enjoy in Bombay city it does not happen in any other city, I think, in India at least. Having said that, obviously that this incident is, I won't even like to call it a one-off because there are several incidents of this nature that are happening. And obviously everybody needs to be far more careful and the arrangements and the vigilance of the police and the security forces needs to be heightened. And let me also say that, this situation is something that is, of course, has been very shocking. But I have full confidence in the Bombay police and in the security agencies that they will find who this person is and what the reasons were for this attack. It's quite apparent now that it was for the money, but we will come to know what the conspiracy is.
Right. That's a very important point. This is not the time for fear-mongering, but it's a time to also find out why this happened. That's a very important point. PK Jain, since the incident happened, there's a lot of talk about Mumbai being unsafe, something that Mr. Tahil also touched upon. Now, there are 3 recent high-profile crimes that have left Bandra residents in some ways quite rattled. We've seen a shooting, we've seen a stabbing, we've also seen the murder of Baba Siddiqui. Latest, of course, is Saif Ali Khan's attack. How do you look at these incidents? Because, 2 of them had to do with gangsters. One of them has to do with attempted burglary, or that's what is being reported now. Is Mumbai really becoming unsafe for celebrities?
Thank you very much for inviting me here. For a police officer, I would not say that these incidents are, number one, connected in any way. Yes, there was an attempt on Salman's house. Somebody tried to shoot at him. And the second one was Baba Siddiqui's murder. They are all gang-related murders, and in which the police has already cracked the cases. Some people are yet to be arrested, but the case has been cracked. The charge sheet has been submitted. Whatever it is, they have. It's a fairly long charge sheet. Now, cases like the one which Saif has suffered in his at his residence is something which can happen to any individual. There are criminals who specialize in high-rise building thefts. They go by they climb by the drain pipe. They climb using some other means. In this case, the person, this accused, managed to get entry into the building through whatever way he did. Probably the guess is that he jumped over the wall, and then he used the stairs instead of the lift. To me, it appears to be a burglary having gone wrong. Of course, I do not rule out the possibility. In fact, there's a very strong suspicion that somebody from the inside is also mixed. It may not be somebody from Saif's staff itself, but it could be from somebody else. It could be the guards. It could be the domestic help of some other resident. But there has to be an inside job, because the way this person used only the stairs, he did not use the lift, the way he covered his face, the way he entered the house, there's no forced entry in the flat. There are a number of indicators which say that, which raise the antenna of suspicion as far as I am concerned. The Mumbai police is on the job. They have cracked many high-profile cases. If you remember Salman's case when his house was shot at, there was no clue at all whatsoever. Yet they cracked the case. They caught the accused. They could link the connections. In this case also, I'm sure the time frame I would not be able to specify, but the accused will be caught. He'll be certainly, along with his other accomplices, I'm sure he's going to get the stick of the law.
So there are more questions, but of course we remain hopeful. Sana Rais Khan, what is truly alarming for me as a parent is also that there was an intruder in the child's room. So there's a certain character to this crime that happened, which is both not just scary but also alarming in a lot of ways. Has this been a wake-up call to those Bandra neighborhoods? Are celebrities also looking at strengthening their security?
Definitely, because incidents like the one involving Saif, of course, reminds us of the cracks in the city's safety infrastructure, even for those living in high security areas. Because Mumbai, although it's referred to as a city that never sleeps, it's a hub of opportunities and diversity. But this issue now is not confined to celebrities. It affects every citizen and making it a pressing concern for all. This incident definitely, as you rightly said, serves as a wake-up call, highlighting that no individual is immune to threats. It's time to move beyond reactionary measures and to adopt a proactive, holistic approach to safety also, because there has been a rise, rising crimes in urban areas, like, despite of being one of India's most safest cities, statistically Mumbai has seen rise in certain crimes like theft, trespassing, assault, attempt to murder. This could be this incident could be called could be termed as an attempt to murder. So whether in high profile residences or middle class society, security lapses are common. So I think many societies like advanced surveillance systems, proper visitor verification protocols, leaving them vulnerable to such breaches. So while Mumbai police is known for its efficiency, but its resources are also often stretched thin due to the sheer population size and constant activity in the city. So I think there is an essential for enhanced safety measures also. Like, of course, I mean, now, considering the AI generation, you can also, there could be so many different solutions, like use of AI-based surveillance for early detection of unusual activity, like emergency alert apps integrated with local police stations for quick response. So, and of course, sensitizing the public to report crimes without fear of stigma, and also strengthening residential security.
Okay, Girish Wankhede, targeting celebrities also, because they're often seen as soft targets. Any crime related to them also becomes big news, but there's also more scrutiny, means there's also more pressure. But how do you see the government's assurances? Because the Chief Minister has also come forward and said that, it will be investigated, and that this one incident does not make Mumbai safe. This is after a long time that Maharashtra is also seeing the start of what seems like political stability, because you finally have a government that has majority. Are celebrities convinced with the kind of assurances that the government has given out?
They should be, in fact, convinced with this, because the government as well as the authorities, especially the police force, they're capable enough to curb all these activities. Of course, it is very unfortunate, and as everybody echoes with the element that we all feel Mumbai as one of the most safe cities, and as such on and off activities, which is actually the series now with Salman Khan's residence attack, and then Baba Siddiqui's death, and then this. So of course it gives a bad name, it gives attention, it gives insecurity, it gives a scare to all of us. But when government authorities as well as Honorable CM also says the same thing, even when the police personnel here are talking about it, I think these cases will be definitely curbed on. They will be behind the bars, obviously. And there is no question of being scared. We know our system, we understand that there will be always such on and off activities, events, but our system as well as our entire authorities, police force, they are capable enough to do this. So I don't think that we should be scared by such or feel insecure.
But the city has to be prepared. Mr. Tahil, I also wanted you to talk to us about how often the privacy of celebrities goes for a toss in such cases, because since yesterday...
I have a... Sorry to interrupt you. I have a point to make. Can I please make it?
Yes, please.
I'm sorry to interrupt the other the members, but let me tell you that please do not rule out the role of social media in this today. Now, I'm not taking sides. I'm not saying that it should be or shouldn't be. It's just the times that we live in. Today, everybody's lifestyle is out there in the open. People's houses, the way they live, their income, and particularly celebrities, because that's what the public wants to see. So this is an additional thing that has come into play, which you have to factor in today. Today, people are not shy about displaying their lifestyle, how many cars they have, how much money they have. So this is also something that the Mumbai police deals with day in and day out, and they do a wonderful job. So let me tell you, if you factor all these things in, if you take all these things into consideration, Bombay is by far the most safest, and in comparison in India, it is a well-run city, both politically and by the police. And you have to understand that today common people have a lot of access to people's lives. Now, once again, I'm saying I'm not running down social media and I'm not running down anything. I'm just saying the way it is. So it seems that there is a lot of crime in Mumbai, which of course there is. I'm not saying that it's crime free,
Right.
but it comes out into the open much more is what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely. Also, Mr. Tahil, the privacy of celebrities I've been noticing also goes for a complete toss when these incidents happen, because since yesterday there's a lot of curiosity on what really happened. We're looking at Insta posts. What was Kareena Kapoor doing? Was it Ibrahim or Taimur who took Saif Ali Khan to the hospital? While there is
Exactly.
genuine journalistic curiosity, how important, sir, is it to also let the family have its space for investigation also to be free of all pressures?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just give you an example. With due respect, to the doctors at Lilavati Hospital, let me tell you that one of the things that person mentioned was that Saif Ali Khan entered the hospital like a lion, and that he came in like a tiger and a lion and things. And these are comments which, I mean, I'm not trying to run anybody down, but these are comments that of a nature of a, they sort of give a sort of image of an actor being different, or it just doesn't sit right when doctors of the profession make comments like this. So you're right. I mean, all this goes in because at the end of the day, the public wants to know how it happened, what happened, who was involved. So I understand that curiosity, but I think people who are in the responsible positions should choose the right kind of words when they are talking about incidents of this nature, which has been a harrowing experience for the family. But about the fact that people are this has been going on much before this incident. I mean, everybody knows how celebrities live. There are marriages that are covered from the beginning to end with lavish lifestyles. So I mean, all this is out in the open. So it is a combination of factors. So we must be able to understand that.
It's very important. PK Jain, how do you see this excessive attention on crimes like this, sir? Does this help the course of investigation? Does it make it more efficient? Does it in some ways give it more speed? Or, is it actually dangerous and harmful because it also puts in a certain kind of pressure?
No, the police is used to living under pressure. Unfortunately, right from the law and order situation to VIP security to control of crime to management of traffic, everything, the police is always under pressure because the population to police ratio is falling gradually. And then with the large number of vacancies to deal with, the focus of crime having changed. The good old days, robberies used to take place, the household robberies used to take place. Now it is more cybercrime, more VIP security, more law and order situations to handle. So pressure is always there. But cases like this, it helps in a way because you put out the face of that person on the screen and it goes cross country within no time. And repeatedly his face is being shown. I'm sure that somebody or other is going to rat on him and tell the police as to who the person and what is he doing at the moment. There may be fake calls, but there would be somebody is going to come out with the correct description and location of this person. The only problem sometimes happens is when the police officer does not have the control over his ideas and speech. If they start giving out the details of investigation, how they crack the case and all that, which makes the next criminal smarter as far as the police investigation is concerned, that's something which I find ruins not only the further chances of detecting such cases, but it also many times raises questions in the court. Because, once the guy is caught, then his test identification parade has to be conducted. He has to be produced before witnesses and all that. So the court says that when everything else is in the open, what kind of a TIP are you going to hold? So sometimes it kills the case, it damages the case. But on the whole, social media and media is what it is. So, we have to act with a bit of caution on that count.
Saif Khan, your comments on this, because, as a lawyer, do you also feel that we've failed to create an environment in which people with a criminal intent also hesitate to operate? Because, if you look at this crime, it's burglary, there's a person coming with a sharp knife, it just seems too scary and intriguing, right? So tell us, has law failed on some count? How do you look at this?
What I can say is that, up until now, despite of that man being seen, quite visible in the CCTV footage, up until now he's not been nabbed. It's a bit, of course, I will not say failure, but definitely, I would definitely require more speedy approach in an incident like this, because this appears to be an absolute premeditated incident, and definitely internally there is a goof up internally, because otherwise, it would be impossible to carry out something like this, because, for a man to even commit a theft or trespassing into his residence and then stabbing him and then to be able to go scot-free, this is absolutely unimaginable if he's not, being rendered any kind of assistance. So that definitely holding that into consideration, I also feel that immediate focus should be on justice for him and addressing the specific concern, but we must also use this as an opportunity to strengthen our collective approach to safety and security, because nobody, celebrity or otherwise, should feel unsafe in their home.
Mr. Tahil, closing remarks from you, sir. How optimistic are you about what Sana said about, this collective approach towards accountability for safety and security in the city?
Exactly. We need to be more, need to
Mr.
improvise
Tahil?
on it.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Who are you asking?
Mr. Tahil, please go on.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I completely endorse what Sana is saying. There has to be a collective responsibility and every citizen has to be aware. Security agencies, I've been saying it all along, that prima facie, I agree with Mr. Jain, this looks like an inside job. It looks like a burglary gone wrong. And therefore, the big question that arises is, in all the interviews and everybody that I've been seeing so far for the last 2 days, there has not been one interview or talk with any of the security guards of the building. And my major concern is that I cannot believe, I live in Bombay, I live in the Bandra area, I cannot believe that anybody can come into a high-rise which is as sophisticated as Saif's building without the support of the security that works in the building.
Right.
Not one security member has been interviewed by any of the channels. Maybe the police are keeping it under closure. That's very good. As Mr. Jain pointed out, they can't reveal everything. But if you have noticed in all the channels, not one security guard of the building has come forward. And my case has been all along that all the security guards, they do double duty. They work in the daytime and they come to these jobs in the evening and they sleep on the job.
Okay.
There are several of these rackets that are going on in high-rise buildings and that area. That area should be looked at.
Right.
And I completely agree that it has to be a collective effort. The security of a city, you can't just put everything on the police and say the police and the government should protect us. It is up to every citizen to contribute, to be aware, and to contribute to the safety of eeach other. It's
Absolutely.
A community.
That's thank you so much. Very important point. Completely out of time. Thank you all of you for joining me on this broadcast. Like our panelists today said, that it's important to have a collective approach and also accountability on investigating agencies to keep reminding ourselves that Mumbai still remains one of the safest cities for women especially. But there are some questions. The demands of a growing city have to be addressed, and also the demands and needs of both population, rich and poor. Thank you for watching NDTV.